بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسول الكريم أما بعد. Now we're moving on to fa. حروف المعاني, the fa. So fa للتعقيب مع الوصل. So fa has the meaning of jama as well, but it shows ta'qib. Aqib means to come afterwards. Aqiba, it comes في aqibihi, he's following. مع الوصل, coming together. So what does this mean here? Fa has two meanings. One is tartib, one is ta'qib. One is what? Tartib. You have to have the order. And it also means that one happens after the other. Depending, and there can't be an extremely long distance between two of them. But the distance or the time between the two of them is relative. So let's say, for example, we're discussing a 100-meter race, a 100-meter Olympic race. Okay? And we said the person who came first, so he came first, fa. Now the person who came second, he's going to be what? 0.2 seconds behind, 0.3 seconds behind. And the guy who came last, he came like half a second behind. He's thumma. So only half a second. Are you following? If you're talking about who came to murder first, you mean he came, then him, fa, and the guy who came 5 minutes later is now late, is going to be thumma. So the fa means immediately, but the immediate is relative to whatever you're talking about. You understand? So fa is for ta'qib, there's an order, and immediately. So it means the ma'tuf alayh came first, and then immediately afterwards the ma'tuf came. First the ma'tuf came. First the ma'tuf alayh came, and then immediately afterwards ma'tuf came. However, the ma'tuf immediately is depending on what you're talking about. 100-meter race or construction of a building. So this building was built first, and then immediately after this was built, meaning another 2 years later on. Because building terms, you're talking about months and years, aren't you? You're not talking about seconds. So it will differ. Based on this, you have a fiqh juz'iyya, a fara. If a person says to his wife, in dakhalti hadhihi dar, fahadhihi. Yes? So he says to his wife, in dakhalti ad-darul awwal, ad-darul ula, fa-daru thaniya, fa-anti taliqun. So now the talaq is mu'allaq, isn't it? The talaq is confined to a particular scenario. What's the scenario? In dakhalti ad-dar. But not only one dar, how many dar? Two. So talaq would take place under three conditions. Because fa has jama', at-tartib, and at-ta'qib. Tartib is one after the other. Even thumma for tartib. But thumma can have a long time in between. Ta'qib is short time. And that immediateness is relative to the conversation. So now, talaq will take place under three conditions. What three conditions? She must enter both houses. She must enter house number 1 first and house number 2 second. And she must have not a long time between the two of them. And the long time can depend on whatever the conversation was. Yes? يَقَعُ الطَّلَاقُ. Talaq will take place إِذَا دَخَلَتِ الثَّانِيَةِ بَعْدَ الْأُولَى. Meaning, you do the second one after the first. بِلَا تَرَاخٍ, without a considerable delay. And what would delay be? We'll only know from the conversation what they were having. Do you understand? Why would you do this again? Why would you say this? We're not looking at that. The point is, if this was said, we're trying to analyze the word fa. Again, he's not giving Quranic examples and hadith examples, he's given text. If a person says this, he wrote this down in a message, he said this. What was the implication of this? How would fa be interpreted? Understood? Acha. وَتُسْتَعْمَلُ الْفَاءُ فِي الْجَزَاءِ مَجَازًا. Sometimes the particle fa is used in jaza, majaz. Another majazi meaning is what? To bring the fa on the jaza. Why? You have here shart. What comes after jaza? What comes after the shart? Jaza, isn't it? So because it comes afterwards, what matches afterwards? And tartib? Fa. You following? So because you have the shart followed by the jaza. So that's what gives the meaning of one thing coming first followed by the other in a particular order? Fa. That's why fa can become on the لأنه يتعقب الشرط. It comes after the shart. Yes? So when you have a jaza, you can have a fa between the shart and the jaza. Everybody following? What's the benefit of this? فإذا قال إن دخلت الدار فأنت طالق يقع الطلاق عقب الدخول. So now here, this is a what? This is a shart. This is now what? This fa is used between what? Between shart and jawabu shart. So as soon as he enters the house, what will happen? Fa for ta'qib, immediately. So it comes in jawabu shart. So immediately after the shart is found, the jawab will take place and talaq will occur. Are you following? Okay. وكذا, similarly, تستعمل في أحكام العلل لأنها تتعقب العلل. Yes? What are we saying here? Likewise, fa is used in the ahkam of the illah. Remember we mentioned before, sabab, illah and hukam. Remember the structure we had yesterday? Sabab, illah, hukam. So what do you have here? It is also used in the ahkam of the illah. So you have here, illah, fa and hukam. Do you understand? You have illah, fa and hukam. Therefore, if somebody says to another person, bi'tu minka hadha al-abda bikada, I am selling this slave of mine to you for bikada, meaning for 10 pound, 15 pound, kada the kinaya, meaning X amount of money. What does he say? I am selling this slave of mine to you for X amount of money. What will happen? We would say, and the other person says, فَهُوَ hurrun. What does the other person say? فَهُوَ hurrun. He says, in that case, it is free. In that case, the slave is free. What will happen now? We would say, يَكُونُ قَبُولًا لِلْبَيْءِ اِقْتِضَاءً. Let's explain this. He says, look, he says, بِئْتُ مِنْكَ هَذَا الْأَبْدِ. Yes? I am selling this slave to you. What am I doing? I'm selling this slave to you. Okay? Then he said, fa. What does fa come on? The ahkam, isn't it? So, huwa hurrun. So what would this mean? This is the hukam. What comes before it? An illa. Are you following? So if he's saying, fahuwa hurrun. He said, I'm selling my slave to you. Fahuwa hurrun. He is free. Fahuwa hurrun. What happens then? When can hurrun take place? After what? But not after the shart, because just because he's selling it to you doesn't mean it becomes free. What would have to be? What would have to take? He has accepted it. Milk, exactly. He has to have milk. So we would say here, we would have to say iqtida'un nas. Him saying fahuwa hurrun would only make sense if you say ishtaraytuhu is what? Iqtida'un thabit. You understand? Iqtida'an. It's not mentioned in the text, but him saying bi'tu minka hadha al-abd and him saying therefore he is free. Therefore he's free. It can't come after I'm selling after the offer. It comes after what? You owning it. So therefore owning will come about when? I accept your offer. Therefore now he's free. So if you say, I am selling him to you, then you say for huwa hurrun, he's free. That would mean that iqtida'an. He have accepted it. So what will happen? The bayt will be complete. He'll have to pay the money and then the slave will be free. Even though he hasn't said, I have purchased him. Are you following? Do you understand? So this text, the word fa, has this implication in this text of a human being. Okay. وَقَدْ تَكُونُ الْفَاءُ لِبَيَانِ الْعِلَّةِ إِذَا كَانَتْ مِمَّا تَدُومُ. The fa is also used to do bayanul illah, provided the illah is something which is long-term, long-standing. Again, there's kalam regarding this. If you look in the Hasha, in Husami and those books, there's a bit of kalam regarding it. For now, this means a long-term. Let's understand the masla. If I say, what happens? Let's say, for example, you are in difficulty, you are in hardship. What are you in? Difficulty and hardship. Okay? Then, when will you become happy? When you're not in difficulty and hardship, which will happen when you're assisted. So in the real world, what will happen? You'll be helped and assisted. Then after that, what will happen? You'll become happy. Yes? So what will come first? Assistance, ease. Then you say bushra, become happy. Happiness. But when you're speaking, you can say abshir. What can you mention first? be happy, rejoice. Why? فَقَدْ أَتَاكَ النَّصْرُ, help has come to you. You can see this, can't we? So even though we have abshir comes first in text, and فَقَدْ أَتَاكَ النَّصْرُ, this is not the haqiqah, is it? Because what haqiqah is what fights for what? Tartib. I mean that this came first, you became happy first, then help came to you. So it's not haqiqah meaning here. Tartib is not, the tartib is not haqiqah here. The haqiqah is really this. Your assistance has come to you, therefore now you need to be happy. Are you following? Do you understand? Yes? So he's saying here, sometimes fa comes on the illah. So the illah, this is the illah here. And the hukam is what? Here. The hukam is here. Normally it's opposite way around. So the fa is not for tartib. The tartib meaning is not, so fa is majaz. Why? Because the tartib meaning is taken. Because the illah comes after the fa. So وَقَدْ تَكُونُ الْفَاءُ لِبَيَانِ الْإِلَّةِ. Sometimes fa is used for bayanul illah. Are you following? So fa precedes the illah. Normally it's illah, fa, hukam. We can also have hukam, fa, illah. Do you understand? Benefit of this? فَمَنْ قَالَ لِعَبْدِهِ أَدِّ إِلَيَّ أَلْفًا فَأَنْتَ حُرٌّ. Yes? What does this mean here? أَدِّ إِلَيَّ أَلْفًا فَأَنْتَ حُرٌّ. If you say this, give me 1,000 dirhams, give me 1,000 pounds, give me 1,000 dinar. فَأَنْتَ حُرٌّ. Because what? You are free. What would he say here? The haqiqah is what? He will become free first, then you have to pay the alf. So I'm doing what? Mukataba with you, basically. So you said, Addi ilayya alfan, because you are free. So basically, what is being interpreted as? Will he be free immediately or afterwards? Immediately. So if you say, Addi ilayya alfan wa anta hur, what does that mean? The Addi ilayya alfan is waw haliyah. So it's a shart. So if you say, Addi ilayya alfan wa anta hur, meaning pay me the money and you're free. Meaning if you pay me the money, you're free. And in here, we're saying, anta hur, this is an illah. Why is this? It's an illah. This is the hukam. And this fa is majaz. And this is illatun mimma tadum. A long-term thing. You remain free. So therefore it would mean what? You are free. And what will happen now? So what will happen now in this scenario? Yu'taqu fil hal. He'll be what? Free immediately. And the alf will be a qarz upon him as a mukataba. As an act of mukataba. Do you understand? So that's the meaning of the fa. You get it? Everybody following? Okay. Now, وَتُسْتَعْمَلُ الْفَاءُ بِمَعْنَ الْوَاوِ مَجَازًا. Sometimes, fa comes in the meaning of what? Wow, majazan. Because what is wow? What do you mean majazan? That is for jama', tartib and ta'qib is not necessarily there. Okay? For example, lahu alayya dirhamun fa dirhamun. If you say what happened, if you say, lahu, I owe him, dirhamun fa dirhamun. Can the meaning of ta'qib take place here? I owe him a dirham for dirham. Like 1 dirham, then 1 dirham. There's no mahal for the fa, for tartib. So tartib and ta'qib are not applicable here. What's not applicable here? Tartib and ta'qib. So because those mean are not applicable, what has jama' only? What's meaning is left? Only jama'. What comes the meaning of jama'? Wow. So this fazing, because you can't say, okay, yes, 1 dirham is compulsory now, then after that 1 dirham, in the end of the day, you just owe him 2 dirhams. There's no tartib and ta'qib in this masala. Lazimahu dirhaman. Well, you now confess to owing him 2 dirhams. So now you confess to owing him 2 dirhams, you have to pay 2 dirhams. The fa doesn't have any implication. You can't say, oh, I can give 1 now and 1 later. You've confessed that you owe him 2, so 2 is right. Understand? So now we have fa. The haqiqi meaning is the jama' ma tartib wa ta'qib. And then it's also used in hukam. You have illah, then you have hukam. Sometimes you can have what? Fil jaza. You have shart and jaza. Or sometimes you have fil illah. You have illah, then the jaza. Not illah and jaza, illah and hukam. Yes? So normally you have sabab, illa, then hukam. Sorry, this is wrong. This is what? Or you can also have what? Hukam, then illa. That's majazan. There's no tartib in there. Do you understand? Yes? Is it clear? So in summary, fa has three meanings: tartib, ta'qib, and jama'. If any of these meanings are not found, there's majazi meaning. Yes? And fa is only haqiqi when you have tartib, you have jama', tartib, and ta'qib. Are you following? Yes? So if you have the illa first, then hukam, that's haqiqah. Because the illa comes first, then the hukam comes afterwards. If you mention the illa in your kalam first, that means fa is what? Majazi meaning. Understood? سبحان الله وبحمده سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك ونشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت ونستغفرك ونتوب إليك